Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about English progressive rock band YES and their outstanding bass player Chris Squire. YES are one of the most successful, influential and longest lasting progressive rock bands. They have sold more than 30 million albums worldwide and received 5 Grammy nominations between 1985 and 1992. Bass player Chris Squire, who co-founded the group and is the only member to appear on every one of YES's studio and live albums, was a game changer for bass players around the globe. With a signature sound and a shining sense of syncopation and counterpoint, Squire was the foundation of YES's sonic appeal and a fearless force in their live spectacles. Armed with his Rickenbacker bass, Chris molded originality, technique and imagination into a playing style that had not existed before. First of all, we need to discuss the gear. Squire's famous tone is due to the combination of 3 elements: a pick, round wound strings and a cream-colored 1964 Rickenbacker with which he created his trademark style. The man referred to it as a 4001, it was actually an RM 1999, imported to the UK by Rose Morris, Rickenbacker's official British importer in the early 60s. Originally, the bass had a fire glow finish, pretty much like a Fender's Sunburst. When the Flower Power era arrived, Squire covered the instrument with flowery wallpaper, but he soon got tired of it and had it removed, which requires shaving and sanding. Chris covered the bass again, this time with silver paper, and again he got bored and had it removed. The guitar tech who did the job painted it cream and suggested the Squire leave it that way. After being sanded twice, the bass was noticeably lighter. Squire would later say that this was a factor in its unique bright sound, and that none of his other rigs sounded anywhere like it. Its special tone, combined with an aggressive pick attack and machine-like precision, made it one of the most dominant and recognizable sounds in rock in the early 70s. Number 2. Picking technique. Squire's string choice was a standard gauge set of rotosound swing-based round wounds. He always played with a Herco heavy gauge pick, attacking his strings either in front or behind the bridge pickup, depending on the brightness he wanted. His picking technique was also pretty unusual. By holding the pick just barely in front of his thumb, Squire would hit the string first with the pick and then with his thumb a fraction of a second later.
Be like, and if it's just my thumb, it would be a softer sound like. But the way I do it is tend to put them together and have a. So you're getting a harmonic in there as well.
It's kind of similar to the artificial harmonics technique used on electric guitar. I also think he might have used the round end of the pick instead of the point, though I'm not 100% sure of it. The result, however, is a very unique tone. Squire would say it was because of more contact with the human body. Number 3. Guitar effects and techniques. Pay attention to how smooth he sounds. One of the keys to his style is the use of alternate picking, which removes a lot of the jagged feel you normally get on bass, especially when using that much treble. Lower action, combined with the use of hammer-ons and pull-offs, completes the picture. Squire really did approach the bass more like a guitar, eliminating the need for picking every note. He also made frequent use of vibrato and tremolo picking and a side distortion. Pioneered the use of other effects like chorus, flanger, and wah-wah pedals, which until then had mostly been used only by guitarists. Number 4. Play ascending lines. It might sound like a no-brainer, but I've noticed that the majority of Squire's iconic bass lines use ascending patterns, and rarely descending ones, giving the music of YES a distinct, bright and epic flavor, kinda the opposite of Pink Floyd. Number 5. 16-note runs. Squire's fantastic and light picking technique allowed him to play very fast, and he took full advantage of it, often using 16 notes runs to support instrumental parts. You might think there's nothing special, but this is episode number 55, and it's the first time I see somebody using these patterns in such a consistent way. The minute you hear the trebly runs, you know it's yes. Number 6. Syncopation. Syncopation plays an important role in Squire's busy bass lines. Often packed with little nuances and ghost notes, they really propel the song forward. Roundabout is the best example. Hear how the bass pushes the groove? Squire's parts often act as the backbone for the main groove of the song. Number 7. Ascending modulation. Modulating or changing tonality is pretty common in the music of YES and progressive rock in general. Squire's interpretation happens through repeating the same riff while changing its tonal center. To put it simple, moving the same figure up and down the neck. Well, it's Chris Squire, so most of the time it's going up. Number 8. Underpin the vocal part. Coming straight from YES's original and longtime singer John Anderson, Chris always seemed to naturally go for a very powerful driving part. And then, when I would start to sing, he'd go very melodic and underpin what I was singing. By the time we did shows and concerts, there was this beautiful soundboard that was created, generally through Chris's understanding of bass and my vocals. The concept of those together within YES was the edge of magic that was different from most bands of that time.
A sailing ship to nowhere, leaving any place.
Let's make it clear. This video only covered maybe 1% of Squire's outstanding work within YES. There's much more to be discovered. Their music is extremely complex, featuring very intricate compositions often lasting more than 10 minutes, packed with complicated harmonies, time signature and tempo changes. Do you know how I often say about the band that most of the songs have a significant bass line? Well, in this case, every song has 2 or 3 or more. YES recorded 22 albums, so you do the math. Chris treated the bass guitar as way more than just a bottom end and truly considered it to be a lead instrument that deserved recognition. He was one of these guys, like John Entwistle and Paul McCartney. His advanced playing style has influenced players such as Billy Sheehan, Les Claypool, Steve Harris and Geddy Lee. John Deacon of Queen was also inspired by Squire and told Guitar Magazine that Squire was his favorite bass player. Do I need to add more? Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment and follow me on Instagram.